Just look, I told you before, I like checkers, not chess. Checkers, not chess. And you keep on trying to make me play chess.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah.
Spoiler review time for This Is the End. And spoiler review, we're going to do this thing from now on. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to lay it all out there for you. We're going to start doing spoiler reviews for just about every movie we see. And we've got a studio situation thing that we're working on, meaning my basement. And we're going to set it up 2 different areas, one for regular reviews, one for spoiler reviews. This is the spoiler review for This Is the End. And if you don't know, well, now you know, Ninja.
And knowing's half the battle. Okay, so
Ninja, please.
Basically, the end of the world, This Is the End, it's a biblical apocalypse.
I agree.
Everything you read in the Bible, I'm glad you
I agree.
we watched the same movie.
We did.
The demons are coming down, and the only way to be saved is to be nice to each other, and God takes you up, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
These actors that are together, Jay Baruchel, James Franco, Seth Rogen, all those guys are not obviously good people because they're not taken up in the rapture, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, why am I still here, and there's demons running around and shit like that, and it's the end of the world, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'll never tell.
I'll never tell. Yeah, but no, I agree with everything you said. You know why?
Why?
Because nobody puts Jay in a corner.
Don't touch my face.
So, yeah, no, we freaking love this movie. I'll just give a rating right fucking now.
9.0 across the scale.
9.0 out of 10. We laughed our asses off of this movie. There's moments in this movie where I was literally wiping tears from my eyes, crying, and I was praying to God it would stop because my stomach hurt like I was doing ab crunches. And that's good for me because I'm too lazy to do ab crunches in real life.
It fucking sucks.
I got the sick burn going on inside.
It hurts. It hurts.
And you know what? The lighting is weird in this video, and I'm sorry for that, but there's something wrong with the lights, and it's like fucked up, and there's shadows, and we look like ghosts.
I kind of like it though because it makes me feel like going to the camera is like, what is the Matrix?
But I look really bright, and you look really dark, and it's really weird.
Did you take the blue pill or the red
I told
pill?
you guys I had a black friend.
I have a tan. Yeah, the spoiler review.
Moth.
It's too fast.
What's in my right shoe?
Okay, so spoiler review. There's a few scenes in this movie that are kind
some
of
ass.
There are some titties.
Titties. There's no titties.
No, there's no tits.
I think James Franco had art on the wall that had 2 pairs that had nipples.
And he had a big giant dildo in the corner.
This movie's just spot on and everything.
Well, we said in the non-spoiler review. Were they off?
They literally fell off and into the floor.
That hurts.
And I didn't even care.
That hurts my
heart. I didn't care anymore.
But yeah, I mean, we said in the non-spoiler review, it makes no apologies for itself. There's a scene where Michael Cera's getting his asshole eaten out and then having his dick sucked at the same time. And then he like looks at the camera and the guy was like, oh shit, like Jay Baruchel walks, he's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Then Michael Cera's like, it's okay, she's thirsty. And he pulls out like a Tropica Sun.
No, it's a Capri Sun.
Capri Sun. And you hear that, and he's just looking at the camera going, it's like saying, you know what, this is an adult movie, let's have a good time and fuck it.
Yeah,
fuck it.
I love this movie, dude. It's dirty as shit. There's a bunch of dick jokes. The only thing that was too over the top for me, I thought was kind of dumb, was when Jonah Hill gets like raped by a demon with a giant.
Yeah, that was a little bit.
I was like, okay, that's a little bit much. But that scene was still awesome too because Jonah Hill ends up being freaking possessed, and then the screen comes down and it's like the possession of Jonah Hill,
no, the exorcism
of Jonah Hill,
and it was like it used the lettering from the Exorcist.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And secret characters, some of secret characters. Paul Rudd's in this, which I was like shocked. He was in it for a second, and then the biggest shocker came. Channing fucking Tatum was in it as a sex slave to Danny McBride. He's got like a sex slave with him on a leash. And he's like, if I want to fuck this guy in the butt, I'll say, I'm going to do you in the butt. I'll slide up in that. And like he spreads his ass cheeks and he lifts his mask up and it's Channing fucking Tatum.
And he's like, I love him. And he like rubs his
I know. It was like ridiculous. It's like, oh my God.
That show's hilarious.
I know. And I'm not saying that my respect went up for Channing Tatum because he was a sex slave for this. I mean, that's kind of weird, but it's just like
your respect's got to go up for that, dude.
Yeah,
they have the balls to do that. You got to give that guy credit.
And then at the end of the movie, the icing on the cake is they go to heaven and they're like they asked Jay Baruchel's like anything you wish for in heaven comes true, and they're smoking pot and then he's like really anything I ask for, and then like yeah, and then all of a sudden it's the Backstreet Boys theme song Backstreet's Back Come On, and you see this guy walking to the front and it's the fucking Backstreet Boys. They're literally doing that song.
They're in the movie dancing and singing. It's weird, dude. They look so old.
They are
weird.
That
was funny.
But special effects wise, okay. Yeah. I mean, they were okay. Like they weren't like, but the movie wasn't meant to be a special effects extravaganza or anything like that. They were just kind of making it hokey. Like there was parts like when the demon came up and stuff like that. It's like to me it was kind of like third-rate Abrams.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought the special effects were okay for what it was. That moth is driving me insane. But no, the special effects are okay because you've got the gigantic like devils and shit like that, and you wouldn't think that they would go that far in a movie like this. So
God damn it!
Like, I thought the special effects were okay, or whatever. Craig Robinson was fucking hilarious in this movie.
He was great.
He was really good in this movie. Like, I think he put himself on the level with all those other like really hilarious guys.
You know what? When we talk about our guts busting and just having a good time and laughing our ass off, there was the one scene that happened to, and I dare anybody not to laugh their ass off, is when McBride and Franco have their diatribe with back and forth with each other about coming on shit. That shit went on for like 5 minutes, and it was nonstop hilarious.
Franco was like, "Who come to my magazine?" And then Danny McBride's like, "Dude, who even uses magazines to jerk off anymore?"
He's like, "You have like an iPad everywhere on the fucking wall, and you're using like a magazine to jerk off."
And James Franco's like, "Excuse me if I like to read."
I swear to God, McBride before that says, "I dare you to come on my face." Like shit like that. And then Franco's like, "I swear to God, if I see your dick again, I will shoot it off." And then McBride's like, "You don't even have bullets in your gut, bitch." Like, it's just like it's nonstop. It just keeps going.
That's just so great. Like the dialogue between the characters.
That was great.
It's just
I would love to actually see. And there's another scene. They get together for some reason because they're bored as shit, and they you know, you've seen the trailer where they go through all their foods. Like, we have 56 beers, we have all this shit, we have all these drugs, 2 bars of this, a Milky Way, a Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They barely have any food and water, but they have a bunch of drugs and beer, and then they like get drunk. They're like, "I got it. Let's just drink everything we've got and do all the pills and shit we have." And they do that, and then they come up with the Pineapple Express 2. And they're like doing like a whole like VHS like Pineapple Express 2. It's hilarious. Like,
maybe it's just us, but I don't know. It feels like when you're watching it, it feels like, God, if me and my buddies got trapped in James Franco's house, like that is exactly how things would go.
Oh, I know.
Like you feel like that's like you. There's just a bunch of dick jokes and a bunch of freaking out and a bunch of assholery going on.
overall, this movie.
Assholery is a fucking great word.
Is that not in the dictionary?
Probably not.
It should be. You need to call Webster.
Pretty
The
fancy.
thing is I think
I'm fancy, huh? Oh, I'm fancy, huh?
Fancy and
oh,
done.
I'm fancy, huh?
What are we talking like
Oh,
that?
God.
What is going on? I would say this movie is like a mix between 40-Year-Old Virgin, Project X, Anchorman, and like shit like that. Dumb and Dumber. Like
2012.
All that stuff mixed up. Yeah, and like a little bit of 2012 sprinkled in with that extra sugar
Sprinkle it
magic.
on.
Sugar magic. Booger sugar.
Spread it on. Dude, I started fucking laughing just now because I was just thinking about Michael Cera with that dude when he forces that guy to take the coke.
McLovin.
Yeah,
McLovin.
Yeah, McLovin's like, I don't want to do that. I don't do drugs or whatever. And he's like, hold still, baby. You got so many mustaches.
That was actually a pretty cool part because if you remember Superbad, it was like a little Superbad reunion.
Yeah.
You had Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, and McLovin all in the same scene together. They're like all talking and stuff.
It's a guy movie. I mean, it is. It's
Oh,
a dude
you got to
movie.
take your guys to go see. You got to take your friends.
Your guys. You take your boyfriend to go
Well,
see it? Are you gonna take Damien?
I don't know him.
Yeah, you do.
Do
You
I?
know who Damien is.
Why do you
Damien's
think that I know him?
That's Jay's Saturday night special. You know what I'm saying?
How the fuck do you know what my Saturday night special is?
That's right. I see.
Because
it.
everybody knows
I saw it.
Everybody knows it's Jerome. So I mean, obviously you're misinformed.
Everybody.
It looks like your dog got smacked in the face with a fly swatter.
Dude, my dog has a smushy face.
Squishy.
She looks like Anwar from I Love You, Man.
Oh.
Like a little 2.0. There's this guy at the bar, and he had like a wig on, and he had sunglasses on over the wig.
Oh, God,
And he
I
was
got
sitting there, and he
scared.
was drunk as shit, and he was like, I walked by, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, I looked at him, and he turned and looked at me, and I was like, yeah. I was like, America. And he was like, yeah, buddy. He was like, America. And then I was walking into the bathroom to go piss, and he was like, I'm gonna get me some freedom fries, and I was like, French toast. Like that. So,
Crazy
you know,
stuff.
so what do you want to do? And then we gotta go backwards.
What did you say?
Gotta get it done.
Gotta get that.
This is the end.
Gotta get that.
This is the end.
What was I saying?
Nobody puts Jay.
Don't why?
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.